Hello, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to one more book launch event. My name is Shalu Rajput, and I am the host for today on behalf of Adhyyan Books. मैं आशा करती हूँ आपको हमारे नए ऑथर्स से मिलके उनकी नई बुक्स के बारे में जान के काफी अच्छा लग रहा होगा. प्लीज टेल अस इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. सो आज हम जिस बुक के बारे में बात करने वाले हैं उसका नाम है स्टॉप स्मोकिंग इन 3 days. And the author of this book is Mr. Pushparajan. So he is really a good at helping people who are struggling with alcohol and smoking problems. So he knows a lot about getting better from the addiction, and he wrote a book, as I already mentioned the name, Stop Smoking in 3 Days, where he shares his own experience, and he shares the way to quit the smoking quickly. So now I want to share something about his book, Stop Smoking in 3 Days. So this book helps people quit smoking using a very new and unique and helpful method. It combines scientific fact with real stories to guide you how to stop smoking in just 3 days. So the book talks about the physical, mental and emotional part of addiction, and it gives you tools to fight craving and live a smoke-free life. So let's welcome Mr. Pushparajan now.
Thank
Hello,
you,
sir.
Shalu.
Hello,
Thank you,
sir.
Shalu,
How
for
are
that.
you?
I'm good, Shalu. How are you?
I'm good too, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for
So,
asking.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm really excited about this book launch event, and so I have to be very thankful to Adhyyan Publishers because everyone, the typesetter, the designer, everyone has helped me launch this book, and this is a great event for me because this is actually a dream come true for me because I've been waiting for this book for so many. I had this plan like for 10 years ago, so this became a reality only after such a long time. And thank you, everybody in Adyan Publishing. That's the first thing I wanted to tell you. And
We
thank you,
are
Shalu, for
thankful.
the introduction.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
so much for such great, good words for us. So, first of all, I want to congratulate you on this book launch event, as your book is live on Amazon now. It is being launched. So, may I know how you are feeling related to your book?
I'm really excited and I feel very elated because everybody, my friends, everyone is like awestruck. They're asking me, "How did you do this?" and things like that. So I'm really like very excited and I'm very happy. Like
Yes.
that's the thing about it. Yes.
So basically, now we want to, let's talk about the book and its content so that our viewers get to know about your book and about you as well, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So first of all, I just would like to know, like, why did you want to write this book?
Yeah, my mission actually is to create a smokeless and nicotine-less society. So that's my vision, and my mission is to help at least 100,000 people recover from nicotine addiction. And I just want to create awareness about this addiction. So people actually smoke or use nicotine because they're not aware of what addiction is, what nicotine addiction is, and how to come out of it. And this lack of awareness actually makes people get addicted to nicotine and they not come out of it. So I want to create an awareness on nicotine addiction, and anybody can give advice. Anybody can say smoking is not good for health. Stop smoking, but uh, I know how difficult it is to come out of addiction, like because I have experienced it myself. So nicotine addiction is very powerful. It's not just a habit. People think it's just a habit and they can quit whenever they want, but that is not true. I know that nicotine is as powerful as alcohol or any other drug. So that's why I wrote this book. And I
Okay.
want to help people. That's some motive behind this.
Okay, so that's really amazing that in today's time you are trying to help out the people who are suffering from these things. So that's really amazing. I appreciate the thing, sir. Well,
Thank you.
so yeah. So the next question for you from my side is like, how will this book help you to make a difference in the life of the readers? Like, how can this be happen?
This will change their life upside down. I can tell you that because they'll change, they'll improve their health, their financial stability, the mental well-being. They'll have a very stress-free life, I should say,
Hmm.
because health, as you know, like when they stop smoking or when they stop using nicotine, they'll get rid of many diseases, and they'll prevent many diseases like many terminal diseases like lung cancer and heart attack, stroke. All these are caused by nicotine. So they can escape all these diseases. So, and there are so many diseases related to smoking and nicotine, which I cannot list in this short time, but
Hmm.
I've given it detailed way in the book, so anybody can like. But this book is not about diseases alone. This is about how to come out of it. So most of the books talk about what diseases are related to smoking, and how harmful the drug is, the nicotine is. But this book is not about that. But this book is to how to come out of the addiction.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And what is the story behind this book? I mean, behind every book, we found some stories. So, what is the story behind this book? I'm curious to know that.
Yeah, it's my personal experience, I should say, because I've been a smoker. I smoked for like more than 19 years. I smoked, so it was not very easy for me to quit smoking. So I had lots of struggles to quit smoking. I wanted to quit smoking, but I was not able to quit smoking. So there were so many failed attempts, I should say. When I tell my story, you'll know that like it was a very difficult struggle for me to quit smoking. But
Hmm.
everybody was telling me to quit, but I was not able to, because it's a chemical addiction. I didn't know that. So I did so many things. I tried to quit gradually, and then I did some music therapy and all. Then that was actually fun. So someone used to play music, and then they said, "You relax and lie down, and then after this music is over, you'll come out of smoking," something like that. But that never worked actually. It didn't work. So I tried gradual quitting, like I tried to reduce the number of cigarettes every day and all those things I tried, but it was very difficult for me to quit. So that didn't also work. I tried changing brands. Tried changing from one cigarette to another cigarette, and I tried changing brands, and I tried chewing tobacco. I tried nicotine gum. I tried everything that's that was available at that time. So, but nowadays they have e-vap and all that, e-cigarettes and all those things. I mentioned about that in my book also, but I was not able to come out of it because of doing so many things. But only after I got the awareness of nicotine and nicotine addiction, after I read so many websites and books about this, I was able to understand what nicotine addiction is, and I was able to come out of it. So after I quit, it's almost 18 years since I quit smoking. So it's like I always wanted to carry this message to the people, but so it's carrying it, like telling everyone one on one is very difficult for me. So I wrote a book. I wanted to convey this message to everyone. That's the
Okay.
story.
Okay, okay, okay. So, is there any real life story which you want to relate with this book? I mean, we just
Uh,
want to know some story related to your life.
yeah, see, when I was in college, I was smoking. I didn't even know that I was addicted to smoking when I was having exams during night, and when I was preparing for the exam, I used to smoke. And one day I ran out of cigarettes. So at that time, all the shops were closed. And then I realized how addicted I was, because I was searching the bin and all for butts, cigarette butts. So then I knew I was addicted. But even after knowing that I was addicted, I was not able to come out of it, because I didn't know how to come out of it. So the first step is to know that you're addicted. That's the biggest problem that people have. My story is like I had lots of struggles with nicotine. So I've also seen people, so many people, like even my colleagues, they go out for smoking every hour, and they think it's fun and all that, but it's not, like, because they don't know that they're addicted. They think it's very
Exactly.
stressful out. Yes, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Okay, so we are glad that you have already shared about your life, I mean your own experience, and out of those experience you have just written this book to help out the people. That is really appreciable. Okay, so let's move to the next question. I do have lots of questions for you today.
Yeah, yeah,
So
go ahead.
yes. So the next one is, what do you think is the biggest problem that smokers face?
That's a good question, actually. The biggest problem is the mindset, I should say.
Okay.
That mindset, because they don't think they're addicted. First thing, they think they can stop anytime. Most of the smokers, when you ask them, they'll say, I can stop whenever I want. I have the willpower to stop smoking and all those things. But it's a drug, very addictive drug. And uh, only when they change that mindset, only when they know that they're addicted to smoking, they can come out of it. And they give lots of justification for smoking cigarettes. They'll say, like, my grandfather has smoked for 95 years and he's still healthy. And say people, even people who don't smoke get cancer and other diseases. Everyone is going to die, and all those justifications and rationalizations they give. And they don't know that is not going to help them in any way to quit smoking. So, right. So these types of mindsets, if they have, actually they're self-deceiving themselves. That's self-deception, I should say. And also the fear of withdrawal. When they try to quit smoking, what happens is they go into a very unpleasant feeling. This happens because of the uh, chemical change that has happened in the brain due to continuous nicotine intake. So when they have this withdrawal, they don't have a very pleasant feeling. So what happens is they fear withdrawal. This fear of withdrawal also is a block for them to come out of smoking. That is the biggest problem of smoking.
Hmm.
Another thing I should say is they don't have the awareness about what nicotine addiction is, how it works, what dangers are that. Most people know about the dangers, but they still are not able to quit smoking. Mainly
Yeah.
because, yeah, because you see, even see, when they get addicted, they'll say, uh, like this becomes more important to them than even food. Okay, so these are the mental barriers they have. That is the biggest problems of smokers. And another thing is, like, they have this friend circle who always ask them, like, call them to go out and smoke, and they cannot refuse. They deny, saying that I can't, I don't want to come with you, because they fear losing their friendship. They always carry cigarettes with them. They think when they can, whenever they want, whenever they are in a problem, they can have a cigarette. So that is not going to help them either. One puff is enough for them to get addicted, go into the cycle again. And many people also depend on crutches, so they depend on this. They use substitutes for nicotine. For example, people who smoke. They try to quit smoking by chewing tobacco or by using a chewing gum which contains nicotine. That is not going to
Exactly.
help them
Hmm.
either, because this again puts them in a addiction cycle. So these are the problems for smokers.
Okay. Okay. So basically, when I first saw the name of your book, that is "Stop Smoking in 3 Days," so I'm, it's quite, like surprised me basically. So I am curious to know: is it really possible for people to quit tobacco in 3 days?
Yes, it is possible. So that's why I've written this book. So, see,
Okay.
people think they don't even need 3 days. They just need a moment to make a decision. But they have to have 3 days to get rid of nicotine completely from their body, because the half life of nicotine is 2 hours. So, if they don't smoke or if they don't use any other nicotine products for 3 days, all the nicotine and the residues will be gone from them. In 72 hours, it will be gone from their body. And it's possible for them to quit smoking in 3 days. But they have to quit cold turkey. Cold turkey, in the sense, they have to quit without using any substitutes or without using any crutches or anything like that. So, educated cold turkey quitting is the best. That's what I'm talking about in the book. What I
Okay.
mean by educated cold turkey quitting is, they need to have the information about what nicotine addiction is, what addiction is in general, and how to come off of it. Otherwise, they'll feel very scary because all the smokers, they want to quit gradually only. They want to take a lot of time. As you said, like they think, how can I quit? They asked me, how can I quit in 3 days? How is it possible for me to? They want 30
Exactly. That's
days.
how I was also surprised. Like how they can do
Yeah.
that in just 3 days.
Yeah, I have a chapter in my book which is called a blueprint to quit in 3 days. So that's the seventh chapter of the book. In that chapter, I describe how to quit smoking in 3 days, what will happen to their body, how will they think in 3 days, and all those things. And if they stop smoking for 3 days, all the nicotine will be out of their body and they'll be free from nicotine in just 3 days. And their body health, the blood pressure and the pulse rate, everything improves in just 3 days. So it's as soon as they quit, the body starts recovering from this addiction. And I also explained the tools and techniques to come out of it in just 3 days. So it's about actually about managing withdrawals. As I told you about withdrawals, so withdrawals are like very unpleasant feelings that happens when nicotine leaves your body. So how to manage withdrawals? What will happen to you when you are in withdrawal? What are the things that you have to eat? How should you sleep and all those things? Because people when they are in withdrawal, they're not able to sleep, and they have less bowel movements, and all those problems also come, physical problems. But their mindset is 95% that is blocking them from stopping smoking. So understanding nicotine addiction is the basic thing. Okay, so understanding addiction in general, if they are able to have an awareness of what nicotine addiction is, they can easily come out of addiction. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So nice to hear that. I got some knowledge related to that now. So, someone asked a question that is nicotine gums really help useful to get rid of addictions? So, is it?
That's the thing I was talking about. So nicotine gum or any gum that has nicotine or any other substitute, you cannot use nicotine to quit nicotine, right? So they get addicted to nicotine gum, and then later they use both. They smoke as well as use nicotine gum. So it's not advisable, and many NRTs, nicotine replacement therapies, suggest using nicotine gums or other nicotine replacement therapies. But what happens is like it's very difficult. It's a very torturous route, I should say, for quitting nicotine. So you need not use nicotine to quit nicotine. That won't help, and that's also very difficult to quit smoking or quit using nicotine by using nicotine products. But many people, pharmaceutical companies are benefited by use by these advertisements, and but when you see the ex-smokers, most of them have quit smoking cold turkey, not by using nicotine gums or patches or anything like
Hmm.
that.
Okay, okay. So, as you can see over the comments, I'm not the only one who is appreciating you with this, like with this theme of the book, as we have already like experienced all this thing. But Kanika is one of the, like viewer who's saying, nice, someone came up with real practical solution of addiction. That's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
Someone is appreciating you for that.
Thank you, Kanika.
And yeah, one more question is there, like Bubbles and Butterfly is someone who's asking, it is especially very usual for teenagers to fall in the trap of peer pressure. How to guide them to not be tempted to even begin smoking because of influence? Exactly. That's the same question arose in my mind as well. Like, we are seeing lots of teenagers are, like in their peer pressure, or they are just engaging lots of things like that. So how they can just not to do all this thing?
Yeah, they need to be aware of nicotine addiction, and first of all, they should know that this peer pressure plays a very important role in
Hmm.
creating habits or getting them into addiction. Because I was also under pressure, and when I started using nicotine, so it's for the parents to take responsibility and teach their kids even before they enter college, or like they should be aware of all these things during the school days itself, I should say. Because once they get addicted, it's very difficult to come out of it. Not only nicotine, and there are more dangerous addictions like alcoholism and other things. So we need to create awareness. So these types of books and other articles and other websites, there are so many websites which help kids become aware of all these things. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So as we are talking and as I'm getting the lots of answers from your side, so I just want to know one thing, like why is it too difficult to quit nicotine? Why? I just want to know the reason.
Because it's really an addictive drug. It's an addictive drug. People think it's not addictive, so it's a
Okay.
misconception. They think it's just a habit. What happens when you take nicotine is it changes your brain's pathways, and it creates a very pleasant feeling. So it creates a dopamine rush. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's a hormone which creates a very pleasant feeling. So when you achieve something great, dopamine is produced in your body. But this is hack to produce dopamine without achieving something. You understand? So they think like this is much more important than food or anything, because the brain tells you that this is the way to live. So they think this is much more important, so they get addicted easily. And it's not, they should know that it's not just a habit. So that's the thing. But it's also easily available everywhere, as you said, like the peer pressure and other things. And anybody can get it anywhere, and they don't think it'll cause any real big problems. So for example, if they take alcohol or anything, they're going to get easily um, the people will immediately know that this person is in a problem, and it's going to have a big effect on his life. He may lose a job because of his alcohol addiction, some serious drug addiction. But as far as smoking is concerned, people take it very lightly unless he's diagnosed with the terminal disease, because smoking doesn't actually uh, make you bankrupt or spoil family relationships or anything like that.
Exactly.
So they think it's very easy to quit smoking. It's not a big problem, they think. And then they can carry it anywhere. They can carry it in their pockets. So that's why it's very easy to um, get addicted to nicotine, and it's also very difficult to quit nicotine.
Yes. So one of the viewer is congratulating you. Her name is Moini Khera for your book. I think she is appreciating this book, and she asked a question like how to manage withdrawal symptoms. So can you please
Ah,
tell her?
yeah, I've actually written it, it's a very big topic. I've written a chapter
Okay.
on withdrawal symptoms. So
Oh,
it's
so it would be helpful for Mohini. Mohini, you can just read the chapter as well.
Yes, so it's a big chapter, big topic. So there are various techniques to come out of withdrawal symptoms. So I've talked about withdrawal symptoms in detail in my book. And
Hmm.
so I think one of the ways to combat withdrawal symptoms is like the best way to combat withdrawal symptoms is to become aware of what is going to come. When you know what is going to come, you know what action you need to take. So physical withdrawal symptoms are very light compared to uh, the mindset, the little voice in your mind that you'll not be able to handle, because you'll be thinking about smoking all the time when you stop smoking. That is a contradiction. Like when people try to stop smoking, then they know how difficult it is, not as long as they smoke. So withdrawal, that's a very big topic. I've written in detail in my book. And so anybody, so my book is all about this withdrawal symptoms and managing the little voice in their head and things like that. So I
Okay.
suggest that they just buy this book and read this chapter, and this will help them.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. They would love to. Yeah. So, as I'm getting lots of information on this book from your side, I'm also, like getting, like my mind is getting fresher by getting the information. So, I'm curious to know one thing, like from where did you get all the information, whatever you have written in your book, like whatever you had just shared with us?
As I told you earlier, so it's mostly from my personal stories, my story, and my experience plays a very important role. But the first site that helped me quit smoking is called whyquit.com. The founder of that site is Joe Vitale. He's a very experienced addiction recovery expert. And from that side I got lots of information. So, and also Alan Carr's Easy Way to Quit Smoking, there's a book written by Alan Carr, who has also written something like based on his experience. He doesn't talk about the diseases and other things like other books. So that book also is very helpful to me. There are lots of sites like American Cancer Society, that's a site, and Medical News Today, and these sites, so they give lots of information about what this disease is and how to come out of it, what is still tobacco now, how many deaths are caused by smoking addiction and all those things. So, and there's one particular site called Pharmacology of Nicotine Addiction. So that site also helped me get a lot of information. And Medical News Today is another site which I you can find all these references in my book actually. So
Okay.
yeah. So American Cancer Society, but mainly it's my personal experience that I've used to write this book.
Okay, okay. So there is a question that is one person is named as Lena Kumari, and she is asking there that this is the addiction. So is this really possible to stop smoking?
Yes, it is. So I am a live example sitting before you.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So
So
Lena, you can read his book, his experiences. You will get to know what same.
yeah, I've smoked for 19 years, and now it is 19 years since, yeah, almost 18 years since I stopped smoking. And there are
Oh my
so
God.
many ex-smokers also.
Yeah, exactly.
The ex-smokers who have quit smoking successfully, and they've also been addicted. So when they can do it, when they I can do it, others can also do it. So it is possible. First of all, they should believe that it is possible. Only then they can come out
Exactly,
of it.
exactly. Yes. Okay. So behind every book, there must be some inspiration. So I just want to know who's your inspiration to write this book?
Um, Actually, like, see, I wanted to quit smoking, and then when I searched all the websites and other things, like when I was in college, I found this guy called Joe Vitale, which I talked about in the previous question. Joe Vitale of whyquit.com. Just there's so many. He is doing it for free. You can get any or every information about smoking and nicotine addiction. And he was also a smoker, and this guy is an inspiration for me. And Alan Carr's book, if you read, like, he'll inspire anyone. So these are the two people who really inspired me. They have transformed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, I should say. So, but my personal recovery, after some time, I myself became an inspiration. So I like,
Exactly.
yeah. So these two people are my
Maybe in
inspirations.
future someone will write by taking your inspiration in their book, isn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah, maybe, maybe someday. Okay. So next one is, what do you think? Like, will everyone stop smoking or using tobacco after reading this book? What do you think? I mean, I just want to know your perspective on this.
I cannot promise that everybody will stop smoking after reading this book, because
Huh.
it depends totally on their mindset. First of all, they have to have the desire to quit smoking. If they don't have the desire to quit smoking, if they say, I don't want to quit smoking, or if I enjoy smoking, or something like that, then this book won't help. But if they really have the desire to quit smoking, you have all the information about how to quit smoking in this book. So, first of all, they should understand what addiction is. It's not just simply reading the book. They should know every piece of information given, and they should implement it in their life. Knowledge is nothing unless it's used, right? Only when it's applied, it becomes the knowledge is just potential power. Knowledge is not power. So they should also have the mindedness to accept the other people's ideas, and how successful people have quit smoking, how people have quit smoking successfully. And I've given all the information available for them in the book. So it is up to them to choose whether to quit smoking or not. So so I cannot say everybody will quit smoking, but if they want to quit smoking, and if they
Yes,
really
they
seek
can.
help, then they can. They can, because there are many factors involved. It's not just reading the book alone. They should have the willingness to quit smoking. They should be like open-minded, and they should seek help when required.
Okay. Yes,
And
yes.
their mindset is the biggest problem. If they have the
Yes.
mindset, if they think that they cannot quit smoking, whatever they do, then it won't be a failure.
They can't
And
do
they have
that.
so many myths. Yeah, they have so many myths. Like they think nicotine addiction is not possible, like cannot quit in 3 days. And if they have all these ideas, prejudices, then this book won't help. Because but I've given
Exactly.
all the information that's possible. And so if they use this book properly, they'll definitely be able to help quit smoking or using nicotine.
Okay, okay, that's amazing to know, by the way. Yeah, I mean, everything is related to the mindset. So, if their mindset will be like
Exactly.
this, like they can quit smoking in 3 days, so definitely they can.
Yeah,
Okay,
mindset plays 95% of the part, and only 5%
exactly.
is like yeah, physical
Exactly.
withdrawal.
I totally agree with your words. I believe your words. Yeah. So, my next question is like, what are the benefits of quitting smoking and not using nicotine?
Yeah, the benefits, or the first benefit is health benefit. So they improve their physical, they improve their health dramatically. The blood pressure improves, pulse improves, and the lung function improves, and the stroke of heart diseases, and stroke and heart diseases, all they come down. Like they become uh, I mean, like there are other factors. Financially, also they improve. Social, there are so many social benefits. People who are around them are also, they become healthy because they're not smoking passively, and they have decreased risks of heart attacks and cancers and things like that. And moreover, they have improved mood. Don't have mood instability, or they become like their moods become very stable after they quit smoking. And also, like financially, they're able to save because it's not only the cost of cigarettes or nicotine products, it's the amount they're going to spend on the diseases that are caused by smoking or using nicotine. So that's one of the major package. People think like it's only 10 rupees or 20 rupees to buy a cigarette, but now if they get a disease, they spend thousands of rupees to cure that, right? So some diseases are incurable and they have to spend in lakhs. So taking this into account, like they become uh, financially, they improve financially, and health benefits also are also very immense. So that's it.
Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm curious to know a story. Do you have anyone like, is there any success story of the people who have stopped smoking or doing lots or all this thing by using your methods or by using your tips on it?
Most of the ex-smokers, I should say, they stopped smoking using my method. It's not my
Okay.
method actually.
Huh.
That is the method people use to quit smoking. So that's what I've written about. I cannot claim that that is my method, but people think it is like they want to quit gradually
Hmm.
because they don't want to lose that dopamine spike and rush they get from smoking. So that pleasant feeling they get from smoking. So 90% of the smokers quit smoking using this method, which is called the cold turkey quitting. So what happens is it's mindfulness combined with information, whatever knowledge about nicotine and mindfulness, what is going on in their mind when they try to quit smoking. So it's not about just smoking alone. When I say nicotine, it's about gums, patches, and e-vapes and snuff and whatever tobacco products. Someone was telling me that they're using organic tobacco. So organic
Mm.
tobacco.
Organic tobacco. How is it possible? I mean,
So tobacco itself is organic. It's a plant-based product. So I don't know. I think organic is good, but that causes addiction. Actually, nicotine doesn't cause cancer. For their information, nicotine doesn't cause cancer, but tobacco does because it comes with other chemicals as well. So, and people quit smoking when like see they suddenly find that they've not smoked for 3 or 4 days because they're hospitalized for some other reason. They come out of the hospital and they think, um, see, I quit smoking for 3 days. I didn't need cigarettes. Now I'll quit. I like this, so I'll quit. So they think So that's how they quit. They quit cold turkey. They don't quit gradually. So the problem of gradual quitting is that this withdrawal cycle is like intensified. They want to smoke, they want to get the full complement of the nicotine. That's why people like struggle when they try to use nicotine gums or nicotine replacement therapies. Gradual quitting is very difficult. When you say share success stories, you can go out and find out, like ask any ex-smoker how they quit smoking, and 90% of them will say that they quit smoking abruptly. That's what I call cold turkey quitting. And so there are many success stories around me, and when you go out, you can find it yourself. So smoking once in a while or taking a puff, actually, that causes the
Mhm.
withdrawal cycle to continue. They get
Yes.
into the cycle again, and they're not able to quit smoking. So,
Yes.
and one of the best things about quitting nicotine is it doesn't have very serious side effects like alcohol. So when they quit alcohol, they have this tremors and all that. Physical withdrawal symptoms are very intense, and they need medical attention. But for quitting nicotine, they don't need any medical assistance, because it doesn't have very serious side effects except for headaches and light cough and other things. And if they continue to have cough or anything like that for more than 3 days, it may be because of other issues and not necessarily because of stopping nicotine. That's what should know, because when they try to stop using nicotine, uh, many people get cough or headache, and this may be because of some other problem, not really related to nicotine addiction. Then they go back to using nicotine, and then it gets compounded again. So they should know what it really is.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Nice to know that. So, like many smokers, what I heard from them, like in my real life as well, like if I ask them, like, why you do smoke so much, or like every time someone is a chain smoker or something like that, I heard this term like chain smoker from somewhere. So, I just want to know, like, many of the smokers basically say they smoke just to handle the stress. So, I just want to know your viewpoint on this.
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, many people think that they smoke to relieve their stress. Actually, there are two types of
Exactly.
stress. One is the real world stress, and the stress. Another stress is caused by the withdrawal symptoms. That's what I was talking about. So there are two types of stress. When the smokers don't smoke, they get withdrawal and they want to relieve that stress immediately. They think it is solving any of their problems, but how can smoking solve any of the real life problems? It can solve only the withdrawal problems. Non-smokers don't have that problem.
Yeah.
Do you think non-smokers try to smoke because they are having stress or anything? No, because they don't have that
Mhm.
withdrawal problem. But when the
Exactly.
smokers, yeah, but smokers think it's solving that problem. That's not solving any of their real life problems. It's solving only the withdrawal symptoms and problems. But when they smoke, they get the full complement of nicotine, and they get that dopamine rush, which I call, like, they feel that sensation. They get relieved. So that's why, like, they think it is solving the stress, but it is not actually solving any of the stress or anything like that.
Okay, okay. Next time, if I meet any of the smoker, so I'll tell them this thing that it can't be done, and I'll
Yes,
recommend them your book, Stop Smoking in Just 3 Days.
yes.
Okay, so there is a person Aruna Pandey who's asking questions. So let's see her question basically. So she's asking, do you feel stress is a major reason for being addicted nicotine or caffeine? What do you
Not at
say?
all. Not at
No,
all.
not at
No,
all.
because not at all. That's what I was explaining. Because see, the real world stress will not be solved by just smoking. Or if, for example, if I get a flat tire, and if I just go out and smoke, how will it be solved? It will not be solved. So the stress is not going to go away. You may feel relieved because your withdrawal symptoms are reduced, just because you're filling up nicotine, you're replenishing nicotine in your body. So this is not going to help them remove stress. But only how can non-smokers handle the stress if they're not going to smoke? So they're
Exactly.
doing something about solving the problem. They're taking action to solve the real problem, not by
Yeah.
smoking. going to drugs.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
caffeine is not so addictive as nicotine, but that's also uh, what I should say. It's a stimulant, right? So too much of caffeine is also, there is a connection between caffeine and nicotine, which I've also uh, detailed in my book. So there is a connection between alcohol and nicotine, caffeine and nicotine and everything. So all these chemicals get together in your body and play a role. So we need to understand everything about this addiction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Karuna, you must got the answer, so you can take care of it next time. So okay, so going further, I just want to know one thing, like what are the health issues who are doing smoking? Can you please tell the health issues, health related problems basically, and additionally, I want to know what are the benefit of quitting smoking. There are two questions, but I'm asking in one, so I just want to know this thing.
Okay, the benefits of not smoking, I should say, or
Yeah.
health benefits, financial benefits, social benefits, and people around you, they don't smoke passively, and you're not spoiling the environment. So there are decreased risks of cancer and lung diseases like emphysema, and they're not able to breathe properly because of smoking and things like that. So, and they have that improved mood and their financials, their savings also increase. So these are the benefits of not smoking. And the health, as you said, like there are so many diseases related to smoking. My book is not about this health related thing, but it's about health related. But I'm not talking about diseases alone, because most of the books are about that. They can get, any smoker can get any information regarding this on the net, and it's available everywhere. But it's not going to help them quit smoking, because already they know all these things. In spite of knowing all these things, they know that they're going to get cancer or like heart stroke or heart disease. Still they smoke,
Yes.
mainly because they're not able to quit smoking. But I say the lots and lots of diseases that they're going to get because of continuing smoking. Uh, from the tip of the hat to the toenail, it's like every problem is created by smoking. So, but the biggest thing is like the cancer and the lung diseases.
Okay. Okay. So, I want to know, is there any important message you want to convey to the readers? Like, I must say that whosoever just watched your session, they are going to grab your books definitely. So,
Yeah.
is there any message you want to give to them?
It is easy to quit smoking if they are aware of what nicotine addiction is, and they have that desire to quit smoking. They can quit smoking. It's easy. It's possible. I was struggling. If I had found a book like this before, like when I was smoking, this would have been very helpful for me. So that's the main reason why I wrote this book. I do. Uh, from my experience and from my suffering that I have undergone, I don't want my readers to undergo that suffering and they have to come out of it. So they can quit smoking. They need to have that desire, and if they're willing to quit smoking, they can do it. That's a message that I want to convey to my readers.
Hmm. Okay.
Because the next puff may cause cancer. Nobody knows which puff is going to cause cancer, right? So they have to be like,
Exactly.
yeah, immediately as soon as they stop smoking, their health is going to improve. And it's easy. I want to create a nicotineless, smokeless country, India.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So, if your audience wants to connect with you, so how they can do that?
Yeah, they can connect with me on my mail, as well as they can call me anytime. My phone number is 9600 306926, and they can call me anytime, and they can also email me.
Okay, okay, that's amazing. So now we are just displaying the link to your book below so that people can go and read your book and understand about the, like the title, how to stop or stop smoking in just 3 days. This is very interesting and very surprising thing for me in the beginning, but now I believe your words, as I had lots of, like, like I put lots of questions to you and I got all the answers. So I'm also curious to know. And if someone is there in my family or maybe my friends or somewhere like in my known, I'll definitely recommend your book to them. It would be helpful for them definitely. So now we have just discussed lots of real life examples as well. So this is very great and helpful for all the readers who are going to grab this book. And let's address how one can break the year long habit of smoking tobacco. That's really interesting and very amazing thing we got to know today. And it explained how to how to overcome the addiction that has been ingrained for years. So there is something which is very helpful for the people who are going to read this book. I must say this is very amazing thing we got to know today. So congratulations for this book, and you have written it very well. I must say that. I'm also going to read it out definitely, sir.
Thank you,
So
Shalu. Thank you very much for giving me the time and for having me here. Thank you very
yeah,
much, Shalu.
yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. Rajan, Pushparajan ji, for joining this book launch event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this show. Basically, this event, this is very helpful, and I must say that you all, but whosoever is just watching this event, so please go and grab this book. This is very amazing. This is going to be very amazing for all of us. Thank you so much. We have learned lots of things over here. So please go and read the book, and you can just like ingrained habit. You can just stop smoking in 3 days. That's very quite very new and very surprising thing for me as well. So that's very nice, and we had lots of the learning from this book. So thank you so much, Pushpa Rajan ji. Thank you so much.